Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for my Slow Stitch Saturday, my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, volume number 7. Now, the last time I filmed, I was creating the edging that will go around the canvas. And let me just fold this over so I can bring you up to the entire thing. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. So if you recall, this is my table or my desk. And you may think, well, wait a minute here, that, white and cream, that isn't very colorful. However, we are going to be getting 5 prompts to add to our desk. And so that is where my color is going to come in, is whatever prompt they give us, I will do it in a lot of color. And one of the things which I don't know, they may say a prompt of I don't know what on your desk, but that's where a lot of color is going to come in. I just stuck myself. And look at that. I'm going to have to get a Band-Aid because I don't want to get blood on this. Hang on, guys. Sorry. So it was a whole big process to go get a Band-Aid on my finger. So I go in the bedroom where the Band-Aids are, and I noticed Miss Fiona, my little dog, she has taken a napkin that I had used to have a little snack, and she has torn it up, and it's all over the bedroom, all over the bed. And so, of course, she knew immediately when I call her name, she was in trouble. And so she won't come to me when I'm calling her name. So then I had to get the leash and lead her into the bedroom and, tell her no, blah, blah, blah. She knew her little ears were back, pulled back. Speaking about sweet little Miss Fiona, my little good girl. So remember, this here is underneath the craft desk, and that's where she hangs out. And so remember, I told you I'm going to have this with some flooring here, but I may have to put little sweet Miss Fiona, the 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 tearer up of the napkins. I may have to do a little stitching of her underneath my craft table. Now, I'm sure that is not going to be one of our prompts. And I will do the prompts that Sarah and Rachel give us. But remember, this is your project. And if there's something you want to add, you can after the project's over. The prompts are to help you with your creativity, but it can be your specific interpretation. So as you see, I am pinning this down because I'm going to canter stitch this table down, this background. And I purposely did not put any trims on it. Like I did cut this, and at one point I thought I would put that on there, and I cut these and I thought I would put those on there, but I thought, that's after. That can be after. Let's wait and see what the prompts are going to be before I add something like that, because Sunday is the reveal of the new prompt. And so I will wait until Sunday, and it's going to be fun to see what they give us. So like I said, I need to grab the silver ones. The silver ones seem to be a little bit sharper. So, where was my train of thought? I don't know, I've lost it. Anyway, now, as you look here, you think, well, why didn't you overlap these? Because these are 3 drawers. But that's where lace will come in, because then I will pull in lace to separate those drawers. And the other thing, on my drawers in my craft room, they are from IKEA, and they have a little divot here so you can grab a hold and pull the drawer open. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to create that in the piece. Yes, these silver ones are definitely so much sharper than the gold ones. So again, my color on my project will come in with whatever prompt they give us. I think they said there will be 5 items or 5 prompts on your desk, or 5 items, something like that. So we'll see what they are. I'm very excited about it. So I am going to canter stitch this down, and then when we start getting our prompts is when I will add my color and my objects on the table. And so I think in the end, remember, there is always a period of time where it goes through an ugly stage and then it looks nice. So it's kind of at the ugly stage right now. And so it looks very hodgepodge, but I think once I'm done, I'm going to be okay. So anyway, I'm going to continue pinning this down, and then I'm going to just canter stitch these pieces onto the background. I wanted to show you where I was at with my project. So if you recall, it is going to go around a canvas. I have laid the canvas underneath, and I have tried to fold the edges in just to get a little bit of an idea of how it's going to be. And as I look through the piece on camera, it almost seems like the top of the desk is too small. So I may have to take an additional bit of fabric and add it here just to make the desk a little bit taller. It just seems like there's way too much flooring and not enough desk, especially once I start adding things onto it. And I don't know if I mentioned this piece here. Do you guys recall that I had that? I'm not sure if it is supposed to be a J, but it looks like a J to me. I love that there. And then I'm gonna bring you in closer. Let me just take it off the canvas, and I'm gonna bring you in closer so you guys can see my stitching. Make sure it's focused. So along here, I did canter stitching, and the same with here. Let me bring it up. So canter stitching, and then I thought, well, let's do something a little bit different. So along here, I've just done some X's, and I purposely have left the tops, like I said, to the drawers undone, these tops here, because I want to be able to maybe add lace, or I may have to do the drawers smaller in proportion to the top. But then let me show you here. So then I did the stitching up and down here. So I thought I would do different stitching. I might do some seed stitching, some French knots, just all kinds of stitching, just to make it look a little bit different. But I think I told you I'm going to be watching my grandsons, which, I mean, they're older, they're teenagers, they're 12 or almost 13 and 15. So they're doing their own thing with friends. So I'm going to take this over to their house tonight when I watch them, and I will continue to stitch on it. But like I said, I think it might need more of the tabletop. It may need to be a little bit bigger. I do want to share with you what my thought process is for leaving this top part open. Again, remember those are the drawers, but what I thought I might do is once I do the little divot to make it look like a drawer, I might stick something like this down in there. Of course, I would make it shorter, but so that it appears that a ruler or a tape is coming out of the drawer. So that's why I've left those open. We'll see. It's all a work in progress. I laid in bed last night and did some stitching, and I'm going to bring you in so that you can see what I did. So this is as you're looking at the desk, the right side of the desk. And I did some little X's here to tack that down. Here is canter stitching here. Here I did some weaving, so some in and out stitches, and then just weaved some thread in between. I have French knots over there. Then as we come toward the top of the desk, I did again some little X's, just some little canter stitches here, some more X's here. And then as I was thinking about doing this part, and I will bring you out just a little bit, I thought to myself, there's going to be things on the desk, so I don't need to go real elaborate like I did on the sides for the top, because there's going to be things sitting on the desk. So over here on this left side, I did French knots, and again some canter stitches, some crosses there. And what I did to tack this top of the desk down was what is called invisible stitching. They're very, very tiny little stitches on the front, and then a bigger stitch, bigger thread on the back. So it just tacks it down so it doesn't come up. I'm not sure if the desk is tall enough. And so I want your opinion. So what I could possibly do is add another layer there so that the top of the desk looks bigger. But then the drawers it looks too short and stubby. So I may need to just about do that. I'm going to just kind of sit on it tonight and decide what to do. That looks better. I think I'm going to have to do that. Let me just cut this down right here while you guys are with me. And let's see what just adding a tiny bit more does. I just think it's just a little bit too too short of a desk. Just left like this. So let's see. And then once I get to the edge here, then I just snip. I think that is going to help it. So they revealed the first prompt today, and it is a ginger jar and flowers. And we have 4 weeks to complete that. Is this one bigger here? Yeah. So we have 4 weeks to work on that, which thank goodness we do. And then, but again, I was going to represent my craft desk. And so I wasn't going to put flowers on it. So I don't know. I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do. Am I going to follow the prompts exactly or be a rebel? I don't know. So I'm going to mess with this a little bit. And I'll get back with you guys. I think I need to cut. I think I went too small with that. Here's some of the little dot one. But see, I've got to make sure I want to be able to see that J there. So I need to make sure that I don't cover that up. But what happens is when you go stitching, things shrink. See, like that tore kind of crazy. I think I can do that. Okay, I think that's all right, like that. And then this, I kind of wanted this in there, but it's too, it's going to make for too much fabric, I think. I don't know. I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm going to just come back to it tomorrow. And what may help also is doing my vase. And remember, I was going to do a cup or a vase kind of a thing, a pitcher with pens and pencils in it. But they've said flowers, and I don't know. I gotta think on this. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me today for my Slow Stitch Saturday, but it's Sunday. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks and bye-bye.